Okay, so this is bit number 3 of my favorite bits. They're in no particular order. I'm not going from favorite to least favorite and whatnot. I'm just pulling them out of my bit bag. And this is another Myler. This is the MB32-3 mouthpiece. It's a Mullen Triple Barrel. And a lot of horses like this bit. I've used it with good success. As you can see, the mouthpiece is pretty flexible. So when there's no pressure or not a lot of pressure on the reins, the horse can kind of play with this mouthpiece. They can kind of lift it with their tongue, play with it. But then when you take a hold of the reins, as when you're asking for a stop, the bit turns solid. And you have a solid Mullen mouth bit. Again, it has, like all of the Mylers, it has a generous curve, so it sits nicely across the tongue. It's smooth and comfortable on the horse's mouth. And it has these 3 flexible rollers for horses to play with. This bit also has the independent side movement, so I can move one side of the bit without affecting the other. Again, I have the hooks on here because if it's got independent side movement, you kind of need the hooks to make the independent side movement work correctly. The type of horse that likes this bit would be a horse with a low palate that can't handle a ported bit, or a horse that just doesn't like a ported bit. A horse that likes a flexible mouthpiece, maybe a horse with a busy mouth, one that likes to tense its jaw up, because playing with this will help the horse keep its jaw flexible. I have used this bit on a couple of horses that were not to the point in their training where I was willing to give them full release of their tongue. I still wanted that tongue pressure. And this mouthpiece, you know, like I said, it turns into a solid mouthpiece when you pull back on the reins, and it rolls forward onto the horse's tongue, but without being harsh, no pinching, no nutcracker effect. So this is a good bit for a horse that is maybe past its basic training, starting to ask for a little more tongue relief, but not to the point where you can give it a generous port and give it full tongue relief, because it's not a fully trained horse yet. Or a fully trained horse that can't handle a port, but doesn't like a jointed mouthpiece either, and has a busy mouth and wants something to encourage the horse to relax and loosen their jaw. This is a fantastically mild bit. This is the type of bit that you could almost throw in any horse's mouth and have them, if not love it, they would at least ride decently in it. I'm going to be trying this on a student's horse within the near future. He's a horse with a busy mouth that tends to tense up his jaw, so kind of hoping that this will encourage him to relax his jaw. This is a really, really nice bit. I like this. I don't have any horses that ride in this as their routine bit at the moment, so this just sits in my training bag and I use it on training horses. The cheek piece, I'm not real particular about cheek pieces. I like the hooks. Like I said, if it's got the independent side movement, I want the hooks. Again, that way the independent side movement actually works. And if I pull back on the reins, the horse responds, boom, it pulls that bit back into the correct position for me and releases the pressure. So if you have a horse that might fit this bit, I'm certainly willing to let you borrow this and try it. Thank you.